What's up, guys? This is Murdoc. I'm going to show you this evening or today, depending on what time you watch this video. I'm going to show you how to make Wet Tinder, or I think it's called Wet Tinder. There's a brand out there called Wet Tinder of this stuff that you can buy. A lot of people on YouTube have been making this stuff with cotton balls, but I kind of wanted to get a little more thrifty and do it with lint from my dryer. So the good thing about this stuff is that you can make it and store it like in a Ziploc bag or something, take it with you somewhere and use it as like a fire starter log or a fire starting material, something that'll burn long enough that will allow the sticks to catch fire while you constantly build your fire and get your fire going. So let's get into it. And what you're going to need is, I went and bought these hefty easy foil like pie pans or something. They're at Walmart. I think they were like $4 for 3 of them. You need, I'd say 2 of them. You'll need one to melt your Vaseline in, and you'll need one to kind of store it in, or to take it in and out from one to the other. So now what I'm using is, I'm just using like a butter knife and a fork. You need something to just kind of dip out the Vaseline, which of course you'll need your Vaseline, petroleum jelly. You really just need something to dip it out and get it into the pan so that it can melt, and then something to agitate it and stir around your lint, or if you want to use cotton balls, you can use cotton balls. I was just trying to save more money while building this stuff. So let's get to it. What you can do is take some of your Vaseline and just scoop some out. I just tried this before we recorded this video, and you can see this is a normal fork. That's about how much I got on there. So that will last not a whole lot, or not very long. Once it goes in there, it kind of melts like butter. Also on your stove, I'm running mine goes from like low to 10, and I'm on 3. You don't really want to heat this stuff up too much because it can ignite, so you need to be careful. But keep it at a low temperature so that you don't catch your house on fire, you don't burn yourself or whatever. If you're under 18 years of age, I would get parents' permission or something before you do this, because it can get dangerous. So anyway, you put this stuff in here, and it's pretty much like butter. You kind of just want to work it around so that it melts. My cheapo stove here is kind of angled a little bit, so it kind of all falls into the bottom here. But just agitate it and get it to where it melts into a solid liquid, or not a solid liquid, but a liquid. And once it gets there, we'll put the lint in, and what the lint will actually do, the lint will soak up the melted petroleum jelly, and then you'll take it out and put it in your other pan and let it cool. So let's just wait until this is almost melted here. It goes pretty quick. Alright, that's good enough for me. So now what I've been doing is, I'm going to turn this down a little bit because it is popping under there. Yeah, okay. So I'm going to take this lint that I've saved from my dryer, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it in there, and that lint is going to soak up the petroleum jelly. I'm just going to kind of move it around a little bit. You'll see that I think you can tell. Yeah, you see how it's kind of darker right here? That's the part that is soaked with the petroleum jelly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip it upside down and let some of that other stuff soak up the petroleum jelly. And just kind of move it around. And once you've soaked it all up, you can just kind of form it. You can actually roll this stuff into balls and store it that way, but for right now, it's, I mean, once you take it off the plate and put it on like, that's why I was saying the two pie pans. Once you take it off this one and put it on this one, you know, you'll want to let it cool before you touch it because it is hot. But it pretty much goes back into the form of petroleum jelly, or its jelly state, and you can actually mold it into a ball, and, you know, make a whole bunch of balls and put them in a Ziploc bag or whatever. That's what I plan on doing anyway. You know, I just went and got some large Ziploc bags, and I'm just going to make a bunch of it up and put it in the bag and keep it just keep it around. You know, if I ever need to start a fire or emergency situation, you know, whatever. And you don't worry about the excess. The excess in the pan will actually evaporate off. It actually kind of smells like lamp oil. Not quite sure what the deal is with that, but anywho, make up a bunch of this stuff. I'd recommend once you get it here, you put it in the freezer, let it cool back down. You can also just let it sit and go back to room temperature. It'll be fine either way. So anyway, wet tinder, fire starter, whatever you want to call it, that's it. I haven't seen any YouTube videos of anybody doing it with lint yet. I see people talking about it, but nobody's actually showed how to do it. So hopefully this helps people to kind of get the idea of how the process works, and we'll see y'all next time. Thanks. Alright, so I'm going to show y'all real quick how this stuff burns. Burns for a very long time. Here's our pan. I'm just going to take it, put it somewhere where you want to start your fire. Now I'm actually going to use some lint here and put on top of it, just some lint that's not treated. That way I can use my... I had difficulties getting this stuff started with a magnesium fire starter, so I'm going to try and do it with a magnesium fire starter with the lint that's not treated, because I know that it lights really well with it. It's wanting to go. Come on. And that's really all it should take right there. Once you get it to take, it'll start burning, and the hotter it gets, the better it gets. So that ball, that one little ball that we made that I showed y'all, will burn for easily 6 minutes, but I'm thinking it was probably closer to 10 to 15 minutes of how long it burned. But as you can see, once it gets heated up, that yeah, that's it. It'll burn. Make sure y'all can see that on the video. Alright, so that's it. Yeah, wet tinder fire starter, pretty cool.